Have you ever felt like your brain is just a giant, tangled ball of yarn? Just a whirlwind of thoughts, emotions, demands, spinning endlessly, leaving you feeling, overwhelmed and utterly unclear.
Absolutely. It's that feeling of mental clutter.
Right, exactly. But what if there was a deceptively simple, yet, profoundly powerful tool, something that could cut through all that noise?
And bring you clarity, peace.
And maybe even a deeper understanding of yourself.
It's a universal experience, that internal chaos. I mean, the sheer volume of stuff coming at us daily can leave us feeling untethered.
Constantly reacting.
Yeah, reacting rather than intentionally responding. But imagine actively untangling those knots, systematically organizing your inner world.
And that's precisely what we're immersing ourselves in today. We're doing a deep dive into the transformative power of journaling.
Right.
We'll unpack how putting pen to paper or, fingers to keyboard can be this profound path to self-discovery.
A sophisticated tool, really, for emotional management.
And maybe even a surprising booster for your productivity.
Definitely. We've gathered insights from, a pretty wide spectrum for this deep dive. We looked into self-reflection prompts, mindfulness practices.
Community discussions, too, right?
Yeah, and expert advice on mental clarity, emotional health. Our mission, really, is to pull out the most practical, actionable nuggets for you.
Whether you're just starting out or maybe looking to go a bit deeper with your journaling.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's unpack this a bit more then. Why is something that seems so straightforward, like writing in a notebook, why is it being championed by experts and, everyday people as such a powerful practice? What's actually going on there?
Well, at its core, journaling offers this safe, private space. It lets you externalize your inner world.
Get it out.
Yeah, it's an outlet for all those ideas, feelings, thoughts that might otherwise just run on a loop in your mind, creating that mental clutter.
So just getting it down is key.
The act of externalization itself is crucial. It's not just thinking about it. It's actually seeing your thoughts laid out.
It sounds almost like cognitive defragmentation, like taking those scattered files in your brain and organizing them somehow.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. And the benefits go way beyond just simple organization.
Okay.
For instance, it significantly increases self-awareness. And not just by listing feelings, it's through a process called metacognition, thinking about your thinking.
Right.
When you write regularly, you kind of force your brain to step back, categorize things, and literally see patterns.
Patterns in your thinking, maybe.
Yeah.
Or triggers.
Exactly. Triggers for your emotions, or even those unconscious limiting beliefs you might hold on to without realizing it. Eleanor Roosevelt put it beautifully. Friendship with oneself is all important.
Because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world.
Yeah, I know that one.
Right. And journaling is truly about building that foundational friendship, understanding who you are, what you need, what you genuinely want.
On a level you maybe can't get to just by thinking.
Exactly. Not just through internal monologue alone. So it's not just introspection. It's more like active analysis of that introspection.
Yes.
And I imagine that self-awareness, you mentioned, is pretty key when it comes to navigating strong emotions.
Oh, absolutely. Journaling is incredibly effective for emotional regulation and stress reduction.
How does that work practically?
Well, when you externalize worries or intense feelings onto paper, you actually engage your prefrontal cortex.
The thinking part of the brain.
Right. In a way that helps process those emotions. It diffuses that rumination cycle, prevents thoughts from just escalating endlessly.
So it gives you a pause button.
It gives you that crucial moment to reflect before reacting, which can dramatically lower your stress levels and shift you out of that reactive state into a more considered one.
Which naturally would lead to clearer thinking, better decisions. How does journaling specifically help with problem solving then?
By getting everything out of your working memory. Our brains, they have limited bandwidth for juggling thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So writing about challenges creates this sort of external canvas. It lets you view problems from different angles, identify the core issues.
And maybe spot solutions you missed.
Often, yeah. Solutions you hadn't even considered. It really helps you see what's truly important versus what's just noise.
So it helps with prioritizing, too.
Big time. Prioritizing tasks, bringing clarity to complex situations, it cuts through the overwhelm.
I can definitely see how that would help with a daunting to-do list.
Yeah.
What about bigger picture stuff? Longer-term goals?
Absolutely. Journaling is a powerful tool for goal achievement and tracking your progress.
How so?
Well, the act of actually writing down your goals, It's not just about remembering them. It taps into a psychological principle called commitment. It provides accountability, serves as a constant, tangible reminder of what you're aiming for.
And looking back.
That's the other key part. When you revisit past entries, you literally witness your growth and progress. You see how far you've come.
Which must build confidence.
Exactly. Through concrete evidence of your own journey.
That's a great point about the tangible evidence.
Yeah.
It makes me think of someone like Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, yeah.
His journals are legendary, right? Full of everything from engineering ideas to sketches. How does journaling unlock creativity like that?
Da Vinci is a fantastic example. Journaling can seriously enhance creativity and inspiration, partly by bypassing your internal editor.
That inner critic.
Right. When you write freely, you create a space where ideas aren't judged prematurely. It stimulates new connections between thoughts that might seem unrelated.
Letting your imagination run wild a bit.
Exactly. Allowing it to flow uninhibited. Just like Da Vinci used his journals to brainstorm and experiment, you can use yours to explore unexpected ideas and cultivate those aha moments.
Okay, one more benefit before we move on. You touched on gratitude journaling shifting perspective. For someone really grappling with negativity, what's the deeper impact there?
It's actually more than just a feel-good exercise. Focusing on what you're thankful for, even tiny things, it actively rewires your brain. It trains your brain to notice positive stimuli more readily. Our brains often have this negativity bias, right? Always scanning for threats and problems.
Yeah, the default mode.
Gratitude journaling helps you intentionally override that. It encourages cognitive reframing, broadens your perspective, shifts your outlook, builds resilience.
Especially when things are tough.
Especially then. It trains your brain to acknowledge the full spectrum of your experience, including the good stuff.
Okay, so for someone who's thinking, all right, I'm ready to try this, but maybe they're staring at that blank page.
Yeah, the blank page dread.
That familiar feeling. What does this actually look like in practice? Here's where it gets really interesting. How do you even begin to fill it?
That blank page anxiety is super real. It stops a lot of people. But the beauty of journaling is its incredible flexibility.
So there's no one right way.
Not at all. The key is finding a style that resonates with you, makes the process feel approachable, like an invitation, not a chore.
Okay, so what are some of those entry points, ways into the blank page?
Well, we can start with something called freeform or stream of consciousness writing.
Sounds kind of loose.
It is. It's basically about letting your thoughts flow without censoring yourself, no matter how disjointed or, frankly, mundane they seem.
Even if it's just, I don't know what to write.
Exactly. Even if you write that over and over, it often acts like a primer, clears the mental static and helps you stumble onto deeper, more subconscious stuff.
That sounds incredibly freeing, actually, but maybe a little intimidating for a total beginner, someone needing more structure.
Absolutely. And that's where guided journals or using prompts can be invaluable.
Like training wheels.
Sort of. They provide a focal point, a kind of cognitive scaffolding. It makes the practice feel safer, less overwhelming.
Especially if you're dealing with strong emotions.
Definitely. If you're feeling heightened emotions, prompts can give you a specific entry point to process those feelings, rather than just activating general anxiety about where to start.
Okay. And what about those of us who are maybe highly organized or constantly managing tasks? Can journaling help with that practical day-to-day stuff?
Oh, for sure. For productivity and task management, bullet journaling is huge. Or even just integrating simple to-do lists within your regular journal.
How does that work?
Well, writing out something like a possible next actions list helps externalize and prioritize everything. It makes tasks feel more manageable, more concrete.
And checking them off.
Yeah, that gives you that tangible sense of accomplishment. Plus, it's a powerful way to clarify what you actually need to do versus what can wait. It can really help tackle procrastination by breaking down big, overwhelming tasks.
That's a really interesting link to procrastination. So beyond these general styles, are there specific themes someone could focus on to target certain areas?
Absolutely. Theme journaling is great for that. For instance, mindfulness journaling.
What does that involve?
It's about pausing to really notice your experiences with curiosity, documenting thoughts and feelings without judging them.
Like reflecting on your day.
Yeah. Or reflecting on daily changes, the nuances of your emotions, what you're grateful for right now in the present moment.
And then there's dedicated gratitude journaling.
Right, which we touched on. Simply listing things you're thankful for daily. It's a direct intervention, really, for reducing depression and stress by actively shifting your focus.
Okay. What about exploring our inner worlds in other, maybe less obvious ways?
Well, dream journaling can be really powerful. Noting your dreams when you wake up, it helps you tap into your subconscious, process daily info, maybe unresolved stuff.
Interesting.
Days events journaling is pretty straightforward, just chronicling your daily life. But looking back can reveal behavioral patterns, help track habits, give surprising perspective.
And if words aren't your thing?
Sketch journaling, expressing yourself through illustrations, doodles, art. It's still about externalizing and exploring your inner landscape, just using a different medium.
Okay, give us some of those intriguing prompt examples you mentioned. If I'm sitting down in my journal right now, what's a surprising question I could start with?
Great question. Okay, here are a few that tend to encourage deeper dives. One that often brings up a lot is, if I could talk to my teenage self, the one thing I would say is...
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. Another one, this is from writer Barbara Abercrombie, challenges you to engage differently. Write about a moment experienced through your body, leave out thought and emotion, and let all information be conveyed through the body and senses.
Wow, just physical sensations.
Yeah, it prompts you to observe physical sensations without immediately jumping to interpret them. A really different way in.
That is unique. What about prompts for navigating tricky emotions or like self-perception stuff?
Yeah, there's some really impactful ones there. Consider, what does unconditional love look like for you? Mm-hmm. Or building on that, what would you do if you loved yourself unconditionally? How can you act on these things whether you do or don't? Helps clarify values, self-worth.
Powerful.
You could also write about your first love, whether that was a person, a place, a thing, tapping into those foundational emotional experiences.
And for actively processing difficult feelings.
Prompts like, which emotions am I trying to avoid right now? Or what does this emotion need from me? Those are incredibly effective for getting specific.
Those sound like they could unlock quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And self-compassion, that seems really important today.
Oh, massively. A fantastic prompt for self-compassion is, what would it sound like if I spoke to myself the way I would speak to a small child?
That shifts the tone immediately.
It really can. It's powerful for challenging harsh self-judgment. And just circling back to procrastination.
Right.
You can use journaling specifically to clarify why you're procrastinating, work through those underlying feelings of resistance, or even just write down the difficult task to commit to finishing it.
Just naming the obstacle?
Exactly. The act of externalizing the obstacle often reduces its power over you.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly beneficial. But let's be real, building any new habit can be tough.
It absolutely can.
What if journaling starts to feel like a chore? Or you have that nagging worry? What if someone reads my innermost thoughts? How do we actually make this habit stick and navigate those very real roadblocks?
Those are super common, totally valid concerns. I think the most important thing, start small. Focus on consistency over perfection.
Like how small?
Just dedicate maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day. The brain forms habits through consistent, repeated action.
And if you miss a day?
It's okay. The key is to just return to it without judgment. Remember, the journal is there to serve you, not the other way around.
Right. What about the tool itself? Doesn't matter. Physical notebook versus a digital app?
Honestly, not really. The best tool is the one you'll actually use.
Whatever works for you.
Exactly. Whether it's a classic spiral notebook, a fancy bound journal, or an app like Dailyo, Day One, Happy Feed, choose what resonates. The point isn't creating some picture-perfect Instagram journal.
It's the writing.
The value is solely in the writing itself, the act of thinking through your fingers.
Okay, privacy. That's a big one for many people. If you're worried someone might find your deepest thoughts, how do you handle that?
That's a totally legitimate concern, and it can really stop you from being honest in your journal.
For sure.
For physical journals, a simple lock or just a discreet hiding spot can work. For digital, there are encrypted apps, password-protected notes. Lots of options.
And you mentioned something earlier.
Yeah. For particularly sensitive or difficult thoughts, some people find a huge release in writing them down and then immediately tearing up the pages or deleting the file.
Really? Destroying it.
Yeah. The release comes from the act of articulating it, getting it out, not necessarily from keeping it forever.
That idea of writing and destroying feels quite potent. And perfectionism. That can be another huge barrier, right? Feeling your writing isn't good enough.
Oh, it's a killer for journaling. It's so vital to disarm that perfectionist voice. Remember, this is your private space. It's not a literary masterpiece.
Forget grammar and spelling.
Totally. You can literally forget about word choice, forget about grammar, forget about complete sentences. The only goal is getting your thoughts onto the page.
Just get it down.
Yeah. Lean into writing badly if it helps. Just shake off those perfectionist chains. The messiness is often where the real insights are hiding anyway.
Okay, but what is, despite all this, it still feels like a chore? Or you just lack motivation some days?
Make it a thing.
Yeah.
Pair journaling with a comforting ritual.
Like what?
Maybe a hot cup of tea, sitting in a specific cozy chair, lighting a candle. Something that creates a positive association. Integrates it into a habit loop you actually look forward to.
Make it appealing.
Right. And if you're genuinely bored, switch it up. Try a different style. Find new prompts. The flexibility is key to keeping the habit alive and preventing stagnation.
Now, sometimes journaling can bring up uncomfortable stuff unexpectedly. Difficult emotions, maybe even past traumas. What do you do then?
That's completely normal. It happens. Journaling is about getting honest with yourself, and sometimes that honesty is painful.
So what's the strategy?
If it gets uncomfortable, first, maybe try creating a really comforting physical space around you. Second, consider setting a timer for your writing sessions.
Limiting the exposure.
Exactly. Knowing you can close it after, say, 10 or 15 minutes helps prevent getting stuck in rumination. The power lies in closing the journal, mentally saying, okay, I'm containing these tough feelings here for now. I can come back when I'm ready.
So you process without being consumed.
Precisely.
Okay, finally, and this is a crucial distinction. When is journaling not enough? When should someone maybe think about seeking professional help?
That's such an important line to draw. Journaling is a really powerful self-care and self-discovery tool, but, and this is key, it is not a substitute for professional mental health care.
Right.
If symptoms feel overwhelming, if they're persistent, if they're significantly interfering with your daily life.
Like severe anxiety or depression.
Yeah, or just real difficulty functioning day to day, that's probably a sign it's time to talk with a licensed mental health professional.
But can it work alongside therapy?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Journaling can beautifully complement therapy. It can enhance the insights you gain between sessions, provide valuable material to discuss with your therapist, but it's a tool for support, definitely not a replacement for clinical care.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive into the world of journaling. It really does sound like a personal journey, doesn't it? Towards clarity, managing emotions, self-discovery.
And overall well-being, framing it not just as a simple habit, but as this powerful cognitive practice.
Yeah.
And remembering there's no single right or wrong way to do it. That's its true strength, really.
It's the consistency.
The important thing is that consistent act of engaging with your inner world, allowing yourself that private space to process, reflect, and ultimately grow. It's about building that profound dialogue with yourself.
So consider this. What hidden insights, what surprising solutions, or maybe even just moments of quiet, restorative peace might be waiting for you, just beneath the surface, When you give yourself the gift of that blank page.
We really encourage you to explore journaling further, maybe through simple daily reflections, or perhaps diving into some of those specific prompts we talked about today.
Definitely worth exploring. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.
We'll see you on the next Deep Dive.